from the station proudly serving the Northwest Arkansas community. This is KNWA News at 5 in high definition.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Chelsea Brown. Fort Smith police searching for at least 2 suspects responsible for the shooting death of an 18-year-old tonight. According to police, the shooting happened at a trailer parked off 9th Street in Fort Smith. Police say at least 33 rounds were fired into a camper where 2 males were located. 18-year-old Justin Lopez was one of those males who was shot and died at the scene. If you have any information, call police. And just in, Sebastian County Sheriff's Office arresting one of their own. According to the Sheriff's Office, SCSO Detention Deputy Michael Grosskreuz was arrested yesterday for domestic third-degree battery. And at this time, the Sheriff's Office says Grosskreuz will be suspended with pay while they perform an internal investigation. Arkansas could be joining Louisiana and Mississippi by having a tax-free holiday for people buying guns. State Senator Bart Hester introduced the Second Amendment Appreciation Weekend bill on Friday. KNWA's Haley Huey spoke with Hester to find out how he thinks this bill will benefit Arkansans. Haley.
An economic boost and appreciation for our forefathers, the 2 main things Bart Hester thinks will come from his bill. The second weekend in September, any firearms sold in Arkansas won't have a sales tax if Hester's bill goes through. He says this could create jobs by encouraging gun manufacturers to come to Arkansas. With the lower price, more people, including those with bad intentions, will be buying guns, but he doesn't believe this will encourage them since they will find a way on their own to have guns with or without the bill.
I'm in a position, as most Arkansans are, that the more people that legally own guns, the safer we all are. And if this puts somebody in a position to be able to purchase a gun for protection for their home or personal protection, then I think it actually will make people safer in Arkansas.
The next step for the bill is for it to be presented to Senate. And on KNWA News at 10, hear more from Hester and see what other state representatives think of the bill. Live in studio, Haley Huey, KNWA Northwest Arkansas News.
Well, thanks, Haley. Over 50 communities across the country and over half the state is coming together for National Day of Immigrant Action. Here in Northwest Arkansas, 5 local groups came together to serve the community and prepare for Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday. Arkansas United Community Coalition, NWA Dream Keepers, and the MLK Council were some of the groups who together cleaned Seven Hills Homeless Center. They say the different groups joined forces for service projects and action recognizing the shared opportunities to keep MLK's legacy alive. One NWA MLK Dream Keeper says helping people who are less fortunate out and discussing civil rights issues with other groups across the area shows unity in the community before MLK Day.
It shows how far maybe people of color have come to get rights and the respect they deserve. And I feel like the things that, like community stuff that we do, I feel like it's all a part of what he dreamed about, people coming together and doing as one unit.
The group says this is the first of many events and hopes to continue this tradition. On Monday, the NWA MLK Council will march in Martin Luther King Jr.'s honor, holding the sign of solidarity. And looking ahead to a few of the events that are going on in Northwest Arkansas for MLK Day tomorrow, Tricycle Farms is hosting a day of community service in honor of Dr. King. Some of the activities include Victory Gardens beds, planting trees, and serving the annual Stone Soup community meal. The event begins at noon and goes until 4 p.m. 9 students from local high schools will be panelists in the University of Arkansas Fort Smith's annual celebration breakfast. The event is called the Trumpet of Fort Smith Community Forum. It begins at 7:45 a.m. and it's open to the public. And after the first breakfast, there will be a march around campus ending at the Bell Tower. Arvest Bank in Fayetteville is hosting a reception to honor the spirit and memory of MLK on Monday. Newly elected Washington County Judge Joseph Wood will be the speaker. The Holcomb Honor Choir will also be performing. The event begins at 2 p.m. and will be at the Arvest Bank main lobby in the Fayetteville Square. And the Fort Smith Museum of History will celebrate Black History Month through the end of February. On the second floor, you'll find an exhibit showcasing the city's African American community. You can learn more about places like Trent's Fountainette, which was a safe place for Black students to hang out after school. It even housed famous musicians like Count Basie and Duke Ellington. And one of the many events going on Monday to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is a vigil being held at the University of Arkansas. The vigil is being put on by the Associated Student Government, the Black Students Association, and the NWA Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Council. The vigil's at noon on the 5th floor of the Arkansas Union Building. Also tomorrow on KNWA, we'll air a very special presentation called Hidden History. It'll feature many more stories surrounding the African-American historical significance in Northwest Arkansas. It's a live special hosted by Nate Custer and Lane Baker, and it begins at 6:30. And thousands took part in the Martin Luther King Jr. March in Washington, D.C. this weekend. The National Action Network, founded by the Reverend Al Sharpton, sponsored yesterday's We Shall Not Be Moved March and Rally. Participants marched from the Washington Monument to a park near the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial.
And we're going to stand up for Eric Garner. And we're going to stand up for Walter Scott. And we're going to stand up for Tamir Rice. You may switch presidents, but we just gonna switch legs and keep on marching.
The National Action Network says the march was designed to protect the civil rights and voting rights of people who they say have been excluded. And the House passed a budget bill on Friday afternoon. That's step one in repealing Obamacare. The 227 to 198 vote got no Democratic support. 9 House Republicans also broke from their conference to vote no. The vote follows a similar vote in the Senate early on Thursday. The next step involves committees in both the House and the Senate being tasked with writing legislation to directly repeal Obamacare, a process that could take weeks. And thousands of people all over the country today protested the GOP agenda of dismantling the Affordable Care Act, which guarantees health care coverage for people, including those with pre-existing conditions. Called Our First Stand, Save Health Care. 70 rallies are planned to be held across the country.
Turns out today, from Maine to California, there are 70 rallies. And tens of thousands of Americans are saying loudly and clearly, Republicans, you are not going to destroy the Affordable Care Act.
House Speaker Paul Ryan earlier Friday pledged to repeal and replace processes that would protect Americans and prevent anyone from, as he put it, getting the rug pulled out from underneath them. Well, it's playoff season, and the Green Bay Packers and Dallas Cowboys game is currently underway. We'll show you how the largest Packers bar in the state of Texas is riling up fans tonight. Plus, ever wondered where all those unwanted gifts from the holidays end up once they've been taken back to the store? We'll show you later when your News at 5 continues.
We've got more rain coming our way, but the sun is going to be coming out for the work week. I'll tell you when you can expect that rain and just how warm we're going to get with all that sunshine after this break.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Air Control. A commitment to Northwest Arkansas. KNWA News at 5, 6, and 10. Monday, it's the new Celebrity Apprentice.
We have lost 3 of the 4 tasks.
And the women need a win.
We have to make it happen.
Can they rally and even the score?
We got it!
And catch the men with their pants down.
It's genius. I should be nude.
And one of the biggest business minds in the world, Warren Buffett, will help decide their fate.
Have you met Abraham Lincoln?
Oh, now we're talking.
The new Celebrity Apprentice, Monday, 8, 7 Central on NBC.
Get more for your money at FFO Home.
Jess's mom had a real health scare and she came to live with us.
We wanted something nice for my mom's room. FFO helped us make her feel at home.
The right furniture now at FFO Home. Super buys on bedrooms and more. Designer metal queen bed, just $298. Home stretch tufted recliner, just $398. No money down, no interest financing too. For value and lasting comfort, visit FFO Home.
Steve bought the responsible 2017 Corolla. That's because Steve makes good decisions, except when he picked up that stray cat. The Corolla comes standard with advanced safety features and loads of tech, making it a great decision. Unlike... Oh, Steve. The 2017 Corolla. Always a good decision.
Right now, get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a stylish new 2017 Corolla.